Alright, g'day everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sophisticated Bogan. If you're new here, name's Adam, do bike builds, car builds and car events, bike events, all that kind of jazz. Also want to do bike reviews, car reviews down the track as well as possibly interviews with people about their rides. In this video, we're back on the ZX9R, so we're going to be getting things done like getting the exhaust ready, or the muffler ready, so it can go back on. As I said in the previous video, I've got to grind down the loops that hook the springs onto the exhaust, that hook the muffler onto the exhaust. I'm going to be using a real nice clamp instead for that because it's just not working out with the springs, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I think it looks a little bit more nicer anyway. I prefer them to the springs. I don't know why, I just always have. So yeah, we'll get on to getting that done. We'll get probably put the front brakes together. I'm still waiting on new banjo bolts and the washers, the copper washers that come with them as well. Also want to get the electrics finished, so I'm going to be wheeling the bike up to my workbench so that I can get the last of the harness side or the bike side of the wiring done. And then that's all ready to go. Get the negative in, put the fuel pump in, then we can get the air box on. There's so many things that we can get done now that a couple of things have arrived. So for the banjo bolts and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be next week that it arrives. Alright, so let's get cracking now and get onto this stuff and get going. And, oh yeah, so I've also been quite busy just making. So this is where some of my time's gone in between the video. I wanted to set some time aside for my mum, making a planter stand for her that goes around her aircon unit outside. Yeah, that's what I've been up to. So yeah, when I say I'm a jack of all trades, yeah, I like making stuff, if it isn't evident already. Alright, let's continue on with the bike. Alright, so like what I was saying before, I just need to get these hoops off, grind them down so it's all smooth, put a line in so the clamp has something to compress onto, and then the same on the other side. And then I will steel wool it, make it all nice and clean looking, and yeah, then we'll be ready to go. Coolios, let's get cracking. That is the first side done. Alright, that'll also, I'll file it and sand it and steel wool it to make it all clean and look all nice and stuff. As you can see, it's not the first one I've ever done before, so I've done these a few times because I just don't like the springs. Simple as that. Alright, let's get this thing turned over and get the other side done, clean it up and get it ready to be put back on the bike. If you're wondering about the tape, that's just to stop it from wanting to maybe twist as I hit it with the grinder. Alright, let's keep on cracking. Alrighty, so that is all done now. Still got to get the burrs off on the inside just to make sure it all goes on smoothly. Just giving it like a brushed alloy sort of finish. Once the clamp is on, it's not really going to be noticeable anyway, but I just wanted to make it look not neat all the way around. Alrighty, so next we'll probably get on to getting the front brakes put together. I've still got to wait for the banjo bolts and washers and the copper washers and stuff that will turn up next week, as I said before. But at least I'll get them together and I'll probably put them on the bike anyway, just so they're ready to go. Alright, let's get cracking on to that. Okay, so I just thought I'd just quickly get this in. There's the clamp. That's the new bolt. So it's all where I want it to be, in position I want it to be. And it's all cleaned up. I'm probably going to be cleaning the muffler again just in case any handprints get on it for when you turn it on for the first time, if you have any fingerprints or anything that's on there, once that heats up, it's permanent. You'll never get rid of those marks again. So always make sure that before you let the muffler heat up for the first time, make sure it's clean. That way it looks pretty still. Alright, so we'll get on to getting these front brakes together, and then we can get them put on. As I said earlier, I'm still waiting for some bits, which will be next week, but at least I'll get them on the bike so they're sort of ready to go, and I've just got to plumb them up, and I can do what I need to do to them while they're on there anyway. Also, we'll get on to getting the this negative cable in as well, so we can get the fuel pump, fuel filter, all that jazz all put together, and then we can also get the air, or the bottom section of the air box on. Clean the air filter. It's a K&N air filter, so I can clean it, and then I can put that all together, and then that's all done. So I just got to do a couple little things in here. Yeah, so once that air box is in, then of course I can get, like, I'll put the canister in. I can't remember what this is for. I think it's to do with emissions. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, but that goes down in here, plumbs up to that hose there, and up to those two bits there, and then there's also a vacuum line that connects up to it as well. This hose also then it connects up to here, so that goes up onto there, and this connects up down to here, and then goes to the two air box, the two collectors, I don't know, whatever you want to call them, the two sections that the air goes through before it gets into the box. Anyway, alright, so let's get on to getting those brakes finally put together, or mostly together. And then yeah, I'll get the bike and I will move it down to the bench. So I've got to hook up a light so that I've got more light coming in, so you guys can also see what I'm doing better too. Alrighty, so what we have here is the front brakes. So this is what I was saying before about they had sent the wrong ones, so you can see the difference. So this is for a 2-piston caliper, or 4-piston caliper, where this is for a 6-piston caliper. So yeah, they sent me the wrong ones. But that's what I ordered. That's what I got. So yeah, been refunded, so that's all right. They haven't asked for me to send them back, which is cool too. So I've got everything laid out here, ready to go. It's just a matter of just getting everything in. Also, I will be getting new nipples and the brake bleeder nipple. So those are still coming. But yeah, so next week I'll have all the new banjo bolts and the copper washers and stuff. All right, so let's get cracking, as I always say, and let's get onto it. Alrighty, so that is the calipers done. So I've got to do a touch up on here because I've got a little bit of brake fluid on there, and it took the paint off. Easy to fix, but yeah, so we can get these onto the bike now. As I said, we'll be getting new bleeder nipples as well as the banjo bolts and stuff as well. So yeah, they're just sitting there so nothing else leaks out. Alright, I think these look pretty dang good. So nice, they look like new brakes. Awesome. So yeah, like you just, when you get stuff that's old and you restore it and it looks great, it just makes you feel. Alright, so let's get these things onto the bike. Okay, so I'm a bit of a dick and forgot to hit record. Alright, so as you can see, that's one on. So now it's just a matter of just getting the other one on, and yeah, I think it's looking pretty dang good. Alright, let's get the other side on. This time I'll actually record it. Alrighty, so there you go. That's the other one on, and I actually recorded it. Awesome. So yeah, bit of an awkward position. So if you can see sort of how I'm in, a bit tight. But yeah, so I think that's looking good. Can't wait till next week when I get the rest of the bits and pieces so I can actually plumb it all up, bleed the systems, and get them going. That'll be good. Anyway, okay, so the next bit will be tackling in there. So can you see? Yeah, you can. I can just see the screen. I'm like way further away. But yeah, we'll get all that done. So everything's all ready to go there. Then we can get the air box and air filter done. They're just sitting up there waiting. All right, on to the next. All right, so I've been doing a little bit of stuffing around off camera. So the levers have changed a little bit, and the grips. Yeah, so they're the ones that I originally wanted for them, but I had to do some swaps around with the other set so that I can make it all work. And I've changed the lever ends. They've just got to be extended out. But everything's all tightened up, so that's all good. Well, except for, I haven't tightened that up yet. But yeah, so everything's all nice and solid. I like these because they flick up. They've saved me in the past. Less repairs that I've had to do because of having them. But yeah, so we're on to getting that negative connected, and then we'll get the fuel pump put in, fuel filter. Yeah, and then after all this sort of stuff is done, then we'll take her inside, take it up to the workbench, and get the rest of the wiring finished. Getting there, slowly getting there. All right, let's crack on. Okay, so now we have the negative cable, or all the wiring connected up to the battery. Now it's connected up down there to the ground, for the frame ground. I've also now got the fuel pump bulb in and filter, and also plugged in as well, of course. I've also gone ahead and also keep forgetting the name of this part, the silver bit. So yeah, that's all plumbed up, all plugged in. I just wanted to do some zip tying when I do the wiring to tidy stuff up, just to make it all sort of neat and tidy and stuff. Oh, joy, joy, joy. Alright, so it's all coming together. Getting there. It's a bloody process, I'll tell you what. So, but I mean, it's looking pretty snazzy. So I'm glad that's all finished, the exhaust. But yeah. Looking pretty damn good. So I've got a clip to go in here to hold that up. So I've got the clip for that. Oh, what a process. So yeah, once the banjo bolts and everything arrive, then I can actually complete the brakes, which I think they look pretty good. I think once everything's on, the fairings and tank, and yeah, I reckon it'll look the biz. Oh man, what a mess. Alright, so before I can do the airbox, I have to finish the wiring. So we'll probably do the airbox and air filter, because I've got to clean it anyway. So that'll probably be in the next video. So yeah, next we'll move on to getting the wiring finished, so that can be done and out of the way and out of my hair. And it's only like 2 plugs that I've got to do, I think. Yeah, just 2 plugs. These 2 plugs. That's all I've got to do. Like, anyway. Oh no, I've got to do 3 plugs. Forgot about that one. Alright, so I've got to do 3 plugs. Yay! Can't wait. Alright, so yeah, next we'll take this inside. Alright, so now we have the bike inside. Get on to, we'll do this plug first. This is a bigger plug. Nice wires to get through. Get that all sorted out. And then also move on to these 2 as well. One's for that's for your speed sensor. That's on your sprocket cover, and that one is, I can't think. But that's the side stand safety switch. All right, let's get onto this and get cracking into it, eh? So, still a little bit of tightening up I'm going to be doing to this, of course. Did forget that I've still got to do the indicator wires, just for the negative and the positives, for the left and for the right. Oops, left and the right. Okay. So we'll get on to these just so I can get them done, out of the way, tied it up, all that jazz. And then we'll move on to getting the other two plugs done. And then the wiring is finished. Oh, I'm so stoked. Oh, if you guys are wondering what the red and black wires, if I haven't said what those were before, this is a USB charger. So I thought, not a bad thing to have, just bringing it into the 21st century. So, you can charge your phone or whatever. All right, cool. All right, so we'll move on to getting these things done. Alright, so that's the right side done. This is for the indicator goes on the fairing, and this is the ones that goes onto the mirrors. Alright, let's get the left hand side out of the way. Alright, so that's all the front done now. So we've got the mirror indicator and the fairing indicator, headlight, and also the right side as well. So your mirror indicator and fairing indicator. So yeah, we've got it all tied up, so it's all sitting where it's meant to be. It's all neat, all that. So that's going to go, like up onto the boxes that sit just about here. So that way then you've got USB, you got charging power. Alright, so now we just got to get it onto doing these last two plugs, and that's all the wiring done. Oh no, forgot about the rear indicators. I still got to do the wiring on them. Right, so let's get onto it. Alright, so in the process of me making a coffee, I kind of realised that I don't need to do this plug. I only need to do the side sensor. Whoops. I only need to do the speed sensors plug. And of course, just got to do these rear indicators as well. Yay! Alright, and that's it. That's it. All wiring done. Alright. Alright peeps, so this is where we're going to finish up on this video. Stoked to have all the wiring is now all complete. There's nothing left to do wiring wise, so everything's all done now. So yeah, we've tidied everything up, done all the wiring on the tail tidy, so that's all nice and neat now as well. We've got the exhaust permanently on now as well. The muffler's permanently on. As I said earlier in the video, once we've got the rear lines and the bugles, bugle, come on, doofus. When we've got the banjo bolts and the copper washers, so that they'll be all good to go. We've also got all the wiring done in here. For the negative cable had to go in. We've got the fuel pump, fuel filter, tidied up the wiring as well, so it looks all nice and neat. The part that I always forget the name of is in and all plumbed up. So yeah, it's looking good, peeps. So we've got the speedo wire, the speed sensor that goes down your front sprocket cover down there. So that's all done, all wired up, everything's plugged in. What else did we get done? We got swapped out the because I had 2 sets. So I was umming and ahhing about what direction I wanted to go, but I've gone with a combo of both sets. So yeah, they're all on now, all looking good. So yeah. Oh man, what a mess this has been so far, people. Yeah, I fixed that up. The throttle cables. What else? We've got all this wiring done too, and I've neatened it all up. So that's the USB port, as you can see. So yeah, that's all zip tied in. It's all neat. Obviously, once everything is in, plugged in, you won't have stuff just hanging about. Okay. So stoked. So very stoked. Right, so in the next video, we'll be getting the airbox, air filter, all that jazz put in. Also the tubes that go in to the airbox, they'll get put in as well. And whatever else I can think of. Oh yeah, I'll have those parts for the banjo bolts and copper washers for the brakes. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what I did in this video too. So yeah, the front brakes are all on. Looking pretty snazzy. So yeah, can't wait till everything's all together and see what it finally looks like. Alrighty, so in the next video, as I said, we'll get those parts done and get them put on. Also, the next video coming out, or the next few videos, there's a few car meets on and stuff like that on this weekend that I'll be going to, that I'll be doing videos for. So yeah, if you guys are liking what I do, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell me if you don't like it. Just interact. Don't forget there's also a Facebook page and an Instagram account as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next videos, and cheers, and thanks for coming along with me on this journey. Oh, what a mess, people. We're nearly there. Alright, see you next time. Cheers.